Two AL Central rivals. We'll see the Chicago White Sox as they play against the Kansas City Royals. And it happens here on 2K Sports.
We'll be watching Zach Greinke. He goes to the hill to try and pick up a W as a starter. Season in full swing. Welcome. Presentation of 2K Sports, Major League Baseball. Kauffman Stadium, always a great setting for baseball in our night game here with the Royals. And he gets going against these White Sox hitters. What do you think's in store?
Now this right-hander brings outstanding stuff to the mound every time he takes the ball against a lineup that can be somewhat of a challenge at times for pitchers, but if he's on top of his game, he should be able to shut them down.
Presented by Pepsi, we'll show you the lineup Ozzie Guillen's got going. John, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, it's so rare for a guy that has some power in his bat like Alexi Ramirez has, but he doesn't strike out a lot. That shows he has great plate discipline, and he also, when he gets a chance, he puts the ball in play. So look for some excitement and some action every time he comes to bat today.
And so Johnny Damon leads it off. Last time out, a loss for the White Sox. That being their first losing effort. Long while they had won 7 in a row. And a swinging strike on the first pitch by Greinke. 0-1. Well, the last game they couldn't overcome the 5 runs they were down.
Yeah, and sometimes your offense has to pick up the bad pitching, and in this game it didn't happen.
It's a good time to take a moment to check out the Royals. Here's their defense. Infield, outfield factors in this one, Steve.
Jason Kendall's always been known for his ability to call the game. His relationship with the pitching staff has been critical to his success and his team's success.
And a runner on for Alexi Ramirez. He has picked up 3 hits and 20 at-bats against Zach Greinke. A swing and a miss. Ramirez, strike 1.
Well, his last game came so close to hitting for the cycle. Got the home run and the single and double, but unfortunately just couldn't come up with a triple.
And he'll take an extra base on this one. It's rolling towards the wall. The throw. And here's Damon going to try to score. And he gets there all the way from first.
Now batting.
Well, the hitter makes an adjustment going down on the pitch at the bottom of the strike zone and drives it here.
And you get a run scored if you're in that at-bat. What you want to do is make contact. He did. That pays off. Paul Konerko to the plate, runner in scoring position. This offense has taken some pressure off the pitching at this point, Steve.
Well, they staked out an early lead in this one, just where they want to be.
Well, you know, when you hit like this in the first inning, you start to anticipate maybe a healthy bit of run support coming in this game. A strike from Greinke.
Gary, they're taking advantage of some early pitching mistakes. You have to do that because you never know if those mistakes are going to happen later in the game. Take advantage of the opportunities.
Now State Farm brings you the leaderboard for the highest on-base percentage in the league.
These guys really understand the nature of the game. They understand that they cannot help the pitcher retire them. They force the pitcher to throw it over the plate. They can put it in play and get a base hit, or they'll take a walk.
Runners at the corners with no one out. Here's the pitch. Hot shot towards the hole. And Ramirez is home.
Now batting.
Well, they need a big out right here, Jeremy. They're giving up some runs in this inning. They need to get outs right now, just again to show that they can get them.
Runners at first and second. Nobody out. And a swinging strike on the first pitch by Greinke. 0-1.
Oh, he just swung late on that one. That's what you call getting gassed up.
Strike 2. Gordon Beckham now will have to keep an eye out on the strike zone. This one swung on, hit down the line and right. And another. Wow, that hitting coach is smiling.
Now batting.
State Farm takes a look at the highest batting average over the last 10 games.
When you look at these hitters, they're really the guys with the most versatility, the ability to drive the ball to left field, to right field and hit the fastball, the curveball, the slider. There's really not a pitch these guys can't hit.
Bases are loaded and nobody out. This one's grounded hard up the middle. To second, there's one. And he's going to hang on to it. No relay, so they will not get the double play. And he has single home run here.
A.J. Krasinski.
Well, even though they lost the game their last time out, he had 3 big hits for him, and the manager has to be tickled because he's swinging it, and he can carry a team when he gets hot.
Back up the middle. And in there, the White Sox will score.
Now batting for the Chicago
You know, most of the
White
time a
Sox.
pitch on the outside
Third
part of the
base,
plate is a
number
very good
25.
pitch, but not to this hitter. He loves to
Ian.
get those long arms extended, and he drove that one.
And Mark Tien up. Well, this may be one of those games where everybody comes to the plate and everybody gets on.
Okay, these guys are really swinging the sticks. They came out ready to hit today, no question about that.
Yeah, if you're the pitcher, though, it's more like somebody's got a stick and he's poking you in the eye.
Well, if he doesn't get somebody out soon here, Gary, I'm going to poke myself in the eye. These guys are taking advantage of every mistake he makes.
Here's the pitch. And that's a strike. Mark Tien's going to have to take very close approach on the next one.
Well, if you can ever read a slider coming out of a pitcher's hand, sometimes what happens is you're more focused on what the ball's going to do as far as the break goes than you are with timing the swing, and you hesitate for that split second, and it gets in on you, and you swing late. That's what happened here.
And it's Mark Kotsay in the box now. Look at these matchup numbers. He's hit 245 off the Royals. Hit sharply towards the hole. And he'll step on first to retire the side. And so they really take advantage of that first inning pitching. 4 runs early. The White Sox on top 4-0. We're going to take a look now at the starting pitcher for the White Sox.
Number
And Steve,
6.
as you take a look at this Kansas City lineup, what do you think we're going to see?
As a manager, you send John Danks out there, you know you're going to get some competitiveness. You know you're going to get a guy with some presence who can handle a jam. But it's going to get to the 6th and 7th inning when his pitch count gets up. You're going to face a tough decision. Do you leave him in or do you go to the bullpen?
And Juan Pierre to bat. Yesterday, the Royals picked up the win. And so they cleaned up with a 3-game sweep against the Indians. Good patience as Juan Pierre lets that one go by for a ball. It's even.
I'm not sure I like this cut fastball up in the zone right here. It's a pitch you want to get down in the zone to run off the corners. Don't leave it over the plate.
And Danks outside the zone for a ball. Here's the 2-1. That's hit foul by Pierre. Good cutter. Swung on and missed for the first out.
Okay, now we're going to get a chance to see the cutter here, Gary.
Well, sometimes you get fooled so badly, there's just nothing else you can do but hope and pray that you put the ball in play, hopefully foul, to get another pitch to hit.
And here's David DeJesus.
Well, John Danks is a left-handed pitcher, kind of in the mold of a Mark Burley. Left-handers, they both keep the ball down the zone. They pitch with movement. Danks' fastball a little bit better. He can reach the low to mid-90s on occasion.
On the ground to third. And that'll set down DeJesus. And we'll have a chance now to see how the Royals line up, presented by Pepsi. Scouting report, John. How about some picks?
When you're a manager, the toughest thing to do is to figure out where everyone fits into your lineup card. You look at this lineup today, Billy Butler is entrenched in the middle of this batting order. He's a run producer, he's a power guy, and he's the guy that when the game is on the line, you want him up to bat. Let's see if he can deliver today.
And Butler's in the box. Certainly for Danks, one of the problems is learning to stay out of that too fat part of the strike zone. Sometimes he just puts pitchers right down the middle and really doesn't have to because he's solid enough to keep the ball down low most of the time.
Well, he really is. He has such great mechanics, too. I mean, he and Mark Burley, they're very similar when you watch him pitch. If it was just a silhouette of them, you'd think that it could be either one of them on the mound that particular day. But he does give up a lot of home runs. And like you said, he needs to be able to find corners more. When he does, he'll be more consistent and a bigger winner.
That one is hit well. Quentin's there, and he's there to retire the side. So John Danks gets him 3 up, 3 down. He gets through the first inning without allowing a hit, and it'll be the White Sox. And so Johnny Damon leads it off. He said he doesn't have a short memory when he gets in that batter's box. First pitch on the way to Damon. And a swinging strike on the first pitch by Greinke. 0-1.
Well, for a ball that had that type of movement on it, that slider had
up the middle. Oh my! It ends up in the glove. I can't believe he caught that. He was just trying to get out of the way.
This is the pitcher's worst nightmare. You throw the pitch and it comes right back at you. Sometimes it's just self-defense. He got the glove up and made the out.
And it's Alexei Ramirez now, 1 away. And Ramirez settles in, first pitch. This is swung on, lifted to deep right field. It's back towards the wall, and he still puts it away. And Paul Konerko to bat, well, leading the league in home runs. Greinke with the delivery. And he can't catch up with that one, 0-1.
Such a consistent, productive, professional hitter. You know, one of their best bats in the lineup, Gary.
Strike 2, no balls and 2 strikes. Konerko now will look to tighten up that zone.
Well, a lot of times movement will fool a hitter, but it looked like right here the velocity on that pitch was what caused him to swing and miss and be late.
That's called short work of 3. Took 6 pitches. White Sox 4. Leadoff hitter Rick Ankiel.
Designated hitter number 24, Rick Ankiel.
It's hit foul by Ankiel. Now 0-2. Danks with some pitches to play with.
Look for the pitcher to try to expand the strike zone here. The hitter has to swing at anything close.
And it holds at 0-2. Can't connect on that one, Rick Ankiel. He's empty and he's gone.
Second baseman.
Credit the pitcher right there. Good 2-strike pitch down and away. Not much he could have done with that even if he had made contact.
Danks gets set and delivers. One-0 pitch. That's a cutter in there. 1-1.
Well, 2009 with the Royals, Alberto Callaspo put together a pretty solid season. Consistent hitter, hit 300.
Ground ball towards the second baseman. And Callaspo retired. Let's have a look at the current state of the race with the State Farm standings board in the Central Division. First place, the White Sox. In second place, it's the Royals. Twins in the 3rd spot. Tigers in 4th place. And down at the bottom, the Cleveland Indians.
Not a lot of expectations in Chicago this year, but the White Sox surprising everybody, sitting atop of the American League Central right now and building that confidence level.
That ball swung on, hit. Rios to field it. That's in for Kansas City. So Alex Gordon will come up.
Well, the inning is never over with this team. 2 outs, they get that guy on first base with that big hit. Another guy gets on base. This could set up a big rally.
Danks gets him to swing and miss for a strike. On the way. Swung on, grounded towards the hole. Throws to first in time. That's 3 down. Well, we see another good John Danks performance in that inning. He's put in some effective pitching so far. And looking on, Trey Hillman. And a bit of frustration at this point. Not the game he'd hoped, at least now. And Quinton settles in, leading the MLB in batting average. 0-1. And Greinke's pitch looked at for a strike. 0-1.
Well, he's having some kind of offensive season, Gary, really in the middle of everything this team's doing offensively.
Hit hard to second. That's going to bring Gordon Beckham up.
Now breaking down Carlos Quinton's season so far. Let's see how he stacks up compared to everybody else. First in doubles, first in batting average. He's also a hit machine, leading the league in hits right now, swinging the bat well. Every time he puts it in play, he seems to find a hole.
Runner on first base, nobody out. And the first pitch, swing and a shot to third. That's 1. And that's 2. A double play.
Center fielder, number 51, Alex Rios.
And Alex Rios up. And he's in the top 10 in the league in runs. 2 outs, base is empty. Spotted by Kendall. Well hit towards the middle. And that hit streak will continue as that one gets through. Let's check out the league hit leaders courtesy of State Farm. That's going to bring up A.J. Pierzynski.
A.J. Pierzynski.
One of the best batting averages in the league. A runner on first with 2 outs. Greinke with the delivery. Swing, hot shot. Greinke throws to first, side is retired. So Zach Greinke is heading off. Now containing that offense, a scoreless second and third. He gave up 4 in the first. And coming up, we'll see the Royals. And we've got Anderson batting.
Center fielder, number 32, Ryan N. Anderson.
Danks gets set and delivers towards center field. This one's going to be fielded by Ramirez. And that'll set down Anderson. 1 away.
Number 18.
And Kendall's in the box.
Well, one area the Chicago White Sox are looking to see some improvement over 2009 is their team defense has got to get better.
Cutter just misses. 1-0. Now the White Sox defensively, 113 errors, second worst in the American League. You are not going to win baseball games when you're giving up all those extra chances and outs.
Well, no, not in that division and not in any division, especially in the American League, where the DH is so prevalent, because the more at-bats you let these good hitters get, the top of the order, the middle of the orders, you keep turning the lineup over by making errors, the more chance your pitchers are going to give up a lot of runs. And that's what happened to this Chicago White Sox team in 2009.
Well, John, in addition to the defense, I mean, they were also last in hits in the American League and near the bottom in extra base hits as well. So, you know, they got multiple components of their team that just didn't perform well enough.
And the 1-2 pitch from Danks. Still 1-2.
And because the count's still 1-2, I tell you what, this hitter still has to stay in this defensive mode. This is a pitcher that can strike you out, so you better be leery and just try to put the ball in play and hope you can get a base hit.
Inside for a ball. We're even at 2. 2-2 on the way. That one gets past, but no damage done. Payoff pitch back up the middle. Danks. So Kendall is retired.
Let's take a chance now to take a look at where the White Sox sit today in the rankings in the American League. First in doubles, first in batting average, and they're also the #1 team hitting with runners in scoring position. That batting average driving in runners. This lineup knows how to hit in the clutch. They're patient, they let the ball come to them, and then they deliver.
Pierre watches it for a strike. Last season 0 for 3 off John Danks. Strike 2. Pierre now has got to be careful, but a good punch hitter. Danks gets set and delivers. And Ramirez fields the ball. Throws to first in time. That's 3 down. And they're held in check here in this half inning. No runs yet for Kansas City. Quick look at Ozzie Guillen looking up. He's watched his club stake out a nice advantage, probably thinking about making sure his pitching plans keep up with the runs. It's strike one, can't make contact on the fastball.
The best pitch in baseball is the fastball down and away, and if you can execute it, you can be very effective. That's why he got the swing and a miss.
Good cutter, swung on and missed for the first out.
Well, pretty healthy break, 88-mile-per-hour breaking ball.
Well, you'll see this thing get tracked to the lower corner of the plate. It looked like the batter thought he had this one, but in the end, it was just too much for him to handle.
And not the way he was looking to end that at bat, John. And Mark Kotsay up. Batting 1 for 5 lifetime off Greinke. Fastball swung on and missed. Hit hard on the ground to short. And Kotsay retired. A moment to check out the leading teams in slugging percentage, courtesy of State Farm. The White Sox number 1, the Red Sox second, Blue Jays third, fourth the Orioles, and number 5 the Indians rounded out.
Now, Gary, this club can slug like nobody else can in the game today. They go up there.
Hit up the middle. Look out, off the pitcher, it bounds away. And he throws on to first. That'll retire the side. So 1-2-3 inning for Zack Greinke. On now, last half of the 4th inning. David DeJesus now to lead it off. 0 for 1 thus far.
Number 9, David DeJesus.
First count on DeJesus. Here it comes. Ball 1. One-0 delivery is a fastball in there. 1-1.
Well, Gary, they just have not been able to mount any offense here today. I mean, 1 hit into the 4th inning, and obviously haven't scored any runs, so they're going to have to change their approach at the plate.
Beckham. That's one away.
Let's take a look where the Kansas City Royals rank right now in the American League. 5th in triples, 6th in ERA, and they're in the top 10 in strikeouts. That pitching staff with quality stuff and great location that throws strikes and works ahead in the count.
And Butler's in the box.
And a breakout season for first baseman DH Billy Butler of the Kansas City Royals. And if the Royals are to compete,
He swings, hits a ball to right field. And in there, at least for a single as it gets down. So that brings up Rick on Keel. Or Billy Butler. The question is, the pitcher's found a way to get him out of there. He is a guy who does not miss his cuts at the plate.
no, he doesn't. He is a free swinger. He was going to let it fly. Only
Swung on line to right center field. And it's through. Base hit on Keel. Kansas City gets a shot at it right now.
Well, anytime you have 2 hits in a game, it will build confidence, and he's carrying it over into this game.
And the first pitch. Swung on, line softly to right. That gets down. That'll put him on the tying run up. Good offensive chance here.
Well, now after giving up 3 straight hits, the manager has to start thinking about getting somebody up in the pen.
Here's the pitch. Lays off that one at the letters. 0-1.
I don't think he likes that call, but when you're diving out over the plate, sometimes that fastball up and in doesn't look like a strike even when it is.
Good changeup. It's quickly 0-2.
I don't think he's going to waste any time right now. He's just going to go right at him with that 0-2 pitch.
Still 0-2. Ground ball towards second. He's up with it. And he makes it to first in time. And the run comes in. Situations repeating themselves here. A chance to produce, and they are.
Statistics say that the 0-2 count by far is an advantage for the pitcher. But in this situation, he fought off a tough pitch and slapped the base hit.
Great job on that at bat. Pulls back on that curveball. Takes a strike 0-1. He's averaged 203 lifetime off the White Sox. Strike 2. Gordon doesn't like to get behind here. See what he does with the 0-2.
Well, the pitcher has him right where he wants him, on the defensive. he could try to throw it out of the zone and get him to chase.
Line softly to center field. And it's in there, so Gordon credited with that RBI. That's run number 2. Chances coming here by the bushels full for Kansas City. 2 runs in on that hit. That's got to help your chances of winning. Here's our Pepsi WPA graph. And we've got Anderson batting. What they want to do now, get this ball game tied up and then try and take it from there. Defense having a tough time stopping the production.
Well, with the bats like we just saw, you know they're gaining some confidence right now, cutting the deficit and getting themselves a little bit closer. Let's see if they can take the lead.
Yeah, Steve, with that lead shrinking the way it is right now, you can just tell by watching. They've got the feeling they're back into this thing.
You just want to keep yourself in a position to close the gap early so you don't have a mountain to climb later in the game. The later it goes, the more difficult it is. Let's see what he does here.
Down on strikes there. Nice piece of pitching work.
Number 18.
With 2 strikes, the hitter has to protect the whole plate. It's very difficult to do, especially when they throw that heater up and in.
Here's the first pitch. There's a swing and contact. This one to Damon. That's in there. Should score the runner. Oh, this offense, every opportunity they get, they manufacture something out of it.
Well, you see the pitch down in the zone a little bit, but he got a good piece of wood on it and drives it.
What you like about that at bat is the discipline to keep the head in.
Well, I'll tell you what, he changed locations, went down to the zone. It's a solid piece of hitting.
Looked at Dank's pitch, 1-1.
He let that 4-seam fastball go up and in the zone. It's up in his eyes. You can see it well. He just couldn't pull the trigger.
Pierre watches it for a strike.
4th inning of this game, and right now he's finding himself over 20 pitches here, and that is eating away at his overall pitch count total, so he may not be around for long.
And Gordon's on his way home, and Gordon comes in to score. You get repeat opportunities. The question is what you do with it. What they're doing with it here is using it. 2 men on and 2 men out. Fresh count on DeJesus. Hit up the middle. Danks throws on to first. Side is retired. John Danks laboring through this one. He's through 4 innings now, but with those runs allowed, his team's got to find some offense. 5th inning upcoming at Kauffman Stadium. And it's Alexei Ramirez now to lead it off. Drove in a run earlier in the game.
Alexei Ramirez.
Greinke with the delivery. Swings and misses at the fastball. 0-1.
Boy, he's got great movement on that 2-seamer. It's one of the best around.
And it's 0-2. Alexei Ramirez going to have to protect now.
Well, you have to be ready for something hard, and this guy wasn't anticipating it. That's why he was late on that 2-seam fastball.
He's out at first base. Nice play on the cover.
That's a well-executed play right there. Gary hustled over, got the first base, and touched the bag.
Thought he might have had a strikeout there, but he's involved in the out anyway. And it's Paul Konerko now.
Well, Paul Konerko just put together another solid season. He's never going to be a guy that hits for a great average, 265, but he's a run producer in the middle of that lineup. 28 home runs, 88 RBIs in 152 games.
No, it's foul. Konerko fouls off another. Konerko's certainly one of those players you look at as far as your offense is concerned in combined categories of runs and RBIs. He gets on base and he can bring base runners in.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He scores runs with not a lot of speed. He's not a great runner. When he first came up with the Dodgers thought they had a 40-homer, 120 RBI guy every year, but it took him a while to figure it out. But when he did, he became a really good, solid major league player.
That's going to bring Gordon Beckham up.
Now breaking down Carlos Quentin's season so far, let's see how he stacks up compared to everybody else. First in doubles, first in batting average. He's also a hit machine, leading the league in hits right now, swinging the bat well. Every time he puts it in play, he seems to find a hole.
Hit hard on the ground towards third. He'll throw one to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. Another solid chance to see the expression of Trey Hillman. And they're probably very happy to have that 1-run lead at this moment. First pitch is on the way to Butler. That one is hit well. Quentin's there. And it gets down. That's hit number 2, making good contact. So that brings up Rick on Keel.
Well, a nice piece of hitting right there. You get on base to start the inning with no outs. And you know, all it does is you want to just keep the line moving if you're the guys behind him.
And he starts Ankiel out. This one's grounded hard up the middle. That's one out. On to first, safe. Can't get the back end of that one.
Well, they get the lead runner at second base, but I think they would have liked to have gotten 2 right there.
Diaspo at the plate. Looking at the numbers from last year, a really good .315 against the White Sox. There's a strike from Danks, now 0-1.
When you can hit your spot with that kind of movement, down and into the hitter, you're way ahead of the game.
There's the throw, and he's there at second ahead of the play. Here it comes. Swing and a rocket toward short. That one gets through for a base hit. And here's Ankiel heading home. And the run is in. So the rally here energized. Every new opportunity they take advantage of. Aviles at the plate. So the direction here, Steve, for this lineup, just stay in charge. Right now they are.
Gary, we just saw a big hit right there, and it points out how critical it is at this time of the game to have somebody who can step up and get the job done in a clutch situation. And now it comes down to, can their bullpen hold this lead?
0-1 the count right now after he fouled off that first one. Steve, exactly right. You got to believe what they're thinking about is put away time now.
Well, that's right. It's not just about the offense. It's going to be about their pitching as well. They're going to win as a team or lose as a team. Let's see if they can win as a team.
Change up. Thought he had him, but it's 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch from Danks. Swings and hits this one. Going to be fielded by Rios. That'll bring Alex Gordon to bat.
He takes this 1-2 pitch down in the zone. He's able to go down and get it. Get a good part of the bat on the ball and pick up the base hit.
That's a tough pitch to hit. When you're behind in the count, you just want contact, and he got it. And we'll get to see Tony Pena pitching. They've decided it was time to make a change here.
Well, they had to go to the bullpen much earlier than they anticipated, but the starter wasn't getting it done, and you can't let this game get away from you.
Now Brzezinski positions himself. Strike 2. Gordon doesn't like to get behind here. See what he does with the 0-2. A line drive toward short. And yet another hit there, seeing the ball well. Around third, heading home. And he will score from second base. That's a really good pitch, Steve, on an 0-2 offering to keep that down and in.
That's a perfect pitcher's pitch. At this point, you've got to tip your hat to the batter. That's a solid job.
And the first pitch. And this is bounced foul to the left side. Pena with a strike 2. Good pitch.
Well, that pitch right there, he just blew it right by the hitter. Swung late.
The pitch. Here's a swing and a fly ball to right center. And it's going to be Quentin. That's 2 gone. Here's a look at what's coming up for the White Sox. This Kansas City series ends Sunday. Following that, they'll be on the road to play the Tigers and one of the game's best hitters, Miguel Cabrera. They'll get started Monday night. Then they'll be going against Torrey Hunter and the Angels. And Kendall's in the box. Singled home a run in his last at bat. Runners at first and third with 2 away. First pitch on the way. Starts him off with 1 at the knees for a strike.
Velocity and location are absolutely critical. That pitch was exactly where he wanted to throw it.
Now here's a grounder towards the hole. Throws on to first in time to retire the side. So they pick up 4 hits in the inning and 2 runs across. Kansas City up 3. And if you're just joining in, Gary Thorne with Steve Phillips and John Crunk bringing you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. And Alex Rios to lead off in the top 10 in hits. Greinke with the delivery. Takes a swing at that fastball. Can't connect. 0-1. That's a strike, and it's 0-2. Time for Rios now to protect.
Well, that's just an unhittable pitch. That's the blueprint of where you want to throw this pitch. Down and away to the hitter. Gets him to swing.
The 1-2 on its way. Hard grounded to short. So Rios is set down. It's going to be Brzezinski.
Well, A.J. Brzezinski put together a pretty solid season for the White Sox in 2009, hitting .300. He doesn't strike out a lot. He's a contact guy.
Here's a swing and a liner to left center. And in there, he's 2 for 3 today.
Now
take a look at what's coming up for the Royals. They'll wrap up this series with the White Sox on Sunday. They can look forward to a competitive series. The Orioles hosting that one, and that's going to be a 2-game trip. And after that, they take their battle back into the AL Central. The Indians hosting that one. Quite a bit of time away from home for them over these next several games. A.J. Brzezinski, you look at the size and you think you're going to get a lot of big power numbers from him, but that has not been the case. He's really more of an on-base percentage guy.
He's an on-base guy. He works counts. He makes pitchers work, and he has the ability to inside out the ball the other way. Yeah, a guy that big, you think, you know, he's going to hit 400 or 500-foot home runs, but he's not. He's a single.
A smash to first.
Now batting for the Chicago White Sox.
And it's Mark Kotsay in the box now. Up the middle, and it gets through. Now the tying run at the plate. Tremendous situation now for the White Sox.
Well, even though he had 2 hits in the last game, his team lost, but he keeps swinging a bat like this, good things are going to happen.
Johnny Damon looking to light things up here right now, Gary.
Swung on, hit sharply to first, and it is through. The tying run is on, and Brzezinski comes in. Situations repeating themselves here. A chance to produce, and they are. Get to take a look at one here that probably should have ended at first base.
Well, he had the burners on coming out of the batter's box and rounding first base. Great aggressiveness on his part. He didn't let up, and he gets in safely.
No indecision when he got to first base.
That's how you get in safely to second.
McKay gets called on to take over the mound duties. He's been brought in to take over for the Royals. He delivers. A swing line to left center. This one into the gap, rolling towards the wall. And Kotsay crosses the plate. And Damon also comes in. And he'll stop at second base. That'll be a 2-run double. Now a moment to check out the 2-bagger and the difference it makes on our Pepsi WPA graph. Steve looked like he had to go down to get that one. That's a big, tough hit.
Well, I tell you, he's battling at the plate. That's an outstanding at-bat, the way he goes down on that ball, picking up 2 big runs.
Headed for the middle. He caught it. Oh, that was headed right for the pitcher. Good, quick reaction. He got it.
What a play by the pitcher. You think about the infielders, third base, first base. They at least have 9.
It's in the inning, and 3 runs cross the plate. And it's Juan Pierre now to lead it off.
Pierre.
And Pierre ready for the first pitch. Back up the middle. Oh, my. How did he get out of the way of that? Those are scary. And that's going to bring David DeJesus up. Take a look at the teams leading the way with fewest walks allowed, courtesy of State Farm. The White Sox, number 1. Second, the Blue Jays. Third, the Mariners. The Rays, 4th. And we've got the Twins, who are number 5.
It really speaks to the philosophy of the organization when you have the fewest walks given up. They understand they need to throw strikes and let the opposition put the ball in play and trust the defense.
1-0 now. Strike one. Pena evens the count.
Well, the pitcher gets away with one right here. Fastball right down the heart of the plate. Batter just let it go by.
Oh, Pierre trying to steal. And he is safe at second. 1-2 pitch coming. Strike 3, swung out by David DeJesus, no contact.
First base.
Well, that runner does not advance, obviously, late in the ball game. That's important.
It's very important. I mean, you didn't even give the guy behind him a chance. Now the pitcher still has options. Can I pitch around the next guy, or do I pitch to him? The advantage is in the pitcher's favor right now.
Swung on and hit. It's going to be Quentin. 2 away.
Now batting for the Kansas City Royals. Designated hitter, number 24.
There's a real opportunity for Rick Ankiel to come up big for his teammates, Gary. Now coming into this game, he's got to have some confidence because he picked up 2 hits.
Swung and a ground ball to third. Throws to first in time. That's 3 down. So they pick up a hit but leave a man at second and fail to score. Even game here in Kansas City. Heart of the order due to bat next. Quick glimpse of the manager, Ozzie Guillen.
Right fielder.
And no doubt happy with the last inning on the mound. Now that focus is going to be on some good ABs. Here's the first pitch. First pitch, and he misses the fastball. Strike 1. Here's the delivery. Strike 2. Now with no balls, 2 strikes, Quentin needs to protect that strike zone.
Well, the pitcher's way ahead. He's got some room here now to play with some pitches. Don't be too fine giving him something good to hit.
Lined foul towards third. Swing, shoots this one towards the gap, right center. This one into the alleyway, should be extra bases.
Now breaking down Carlos Quentin's season so far, let's see how he stacks up compared to everybody else. First in doubles, first in batting average. He's also a hit machine, leading the league in hits right now, swinging the bat well. Every time he puts it in play, he seems to find a hole.
Now the first pitch. Swing and a liner to right center. That's 1 away. Now the runner will have to hold at second.
Up to the plate for the Chicago White Sox. Center fielder.
It's Alex Rios.
Alex Rios.
He deals. It's strike 1. Can't make contact on the fastball.
Well, if you're going to be late on the fastball, you're going to have trouble hitting up here, and he's struggling right now.
Butler. And he steps on first. That's the second out.
Well, he gets the man over to third base, but with 2 outs now, it doesn't help much, but at least 90 feet closer to scoring.
And the first pitch. Hit hard on the ground to short. And he throws on to first. That'll retire the side. So no runs on 1 hit and nobody left on. Tied still here in Kansas City. Diaspo at the plate. He singled in his last at bat.
Number 13, Alberto Velasco.
On the way. First pitch a fastball. That's in there for a strike.
Well, the hitter didn't like that one, but that's a strike. He hit the inside corner up in the zone. Got to swing the bat.
He fouls that one off. And that runs too far inside. 1-2.
A pitch like that just locks the hitter up when it's in on the hands.
The 1-2 pitch. Slider tough to lay off, and it's 2-2. Two-two pitch. Swings and hits this one. Going to be fielded by Rios. And he's on. That's the go-ahead run. And you'll want to tune in next Monday. We'll be in New York to see the New York Yankees. They'll be hosting the Boston Red Sox. That'll be a 7 p.m. start. Here's the first pitch. That one's drilled to short. And it's caught by Ramirez. And they'll hold him at first base.
Well, this ball's tattooed. It's flying off the bat, but the shortstop was right there to glove it for the out.
And now, Alex Gordon. Ball! Pauses, and now the 1-0. On the ground to second. He plays it on the hop. And there's one. Over to first, he is safe. Almost a double play, not quite enough time. And we've got Anderson batting. He flew out his last time up. The pitch. Swung on, hit. And that's going to be a base hit for Anderson. Around the league, the teams keeping their ERA down, courtesy of State Farm. The White Sox, number 1. The Mariners in second. Third, the Yankees. Fourth, the Twins. And fifth best, the A's.
Now, when you lead the league in ERA.
Hit on the ground towards second. He grabs it. And they get the force at second that time. That'll do it. That's Trey Hillman you're looking at. And you can feel the hunger building up right now. First and foremost on his mind is getting out of this tie game and getting a lead. Swing and lined up the middle. Gets down. The go-ahead runs on base.
Well, that's hit number 15 in them for that one. And boy, you get 15 hits in a game. The manager can just sit back and relax and watch his team work.
Here's the first pitch to Kotze. Line drive left of the bag and foul. And it's 0-2. Kotze just trying to punch one here.
Credit the catcher on that one. That's a good low target.
Hard grounded to short. And he's out at first. What an out.
Now batting.
Great play made, boy. Middle of the infield. You love that kind of help.
Well, he stretched out as far as he could possibly go to be able to make the play. Gold glove effort.
Here is Johnny Damon. A great opportunity for him and the Sox. First pitch on the way to Damon. Smashes that one towards the shortstop. And in there. He gets that one down. That's his third hit. 3 for 5.
Well, anytime you're a hitter, you can get 3 hits in a game. You're going to see that average start creeping up to where you want it to be. And he's on now with 1 out.
So Alexei Ramirez is batting.
Gary, they know Damon can steal here. They better keep an eye on him.
Here's the pitch. Swings and misses at the fastball. 0-1.
Well, that fastball right there, he just blew it by him.
And it's 0-2. Alexei Ramirez going to have to protect now.
The hitter's got to be in defense mode right here, just looking to make contact. Got to shorten up the swing.
Well, he finished that one off with a strikeout. Nice pitch.
Well, that's a huge out right there. Now with 2 down, they've got a legitimate chance of getting out of this inning with the game still tied.
Low for ball 1.
Boy, it's a great fastball right there down in the strike zone. Now there's so many ways to go. Let's see how he comes back to attack this hitter.
Swing and a miss. Konerko not making contact. That'll even up the count. Waves at a fastball in that 1-1 pitch. Strike 2.
Now 2 strikes on the hitter. They're a strike away from getting out of this jam with the game still tied.
And Paul Konerko watching that one go by to even the count up. Hot shot towards the hole. And he scores, and the tie is broken. They take the lead.
Well, the hitter makes an adjustment going down on the pitch at the bottom of the strike zone and drives it here.
And you get a run scored if you're in that at-bat. What you want to do is make contact. He did, and it pays off. And out on the mound, we've got Robinson Tejada. He's been brought in to take over for the Royals.
Well, in the late innings, now it's time for the managers to match wits to see who can best utilize his bench and his bullpen to win this game.
And it's Carlos Quentin in the box now. Steve, really good vibes here. Hitting is contagious, and when you do it late in a ball game and get a lead as they have, it's great stuff.
Well, they needed that one right there, Gary. That was a big at-bat. Now they have the lead. Now they're looking to add on to it, too. Take the pressure off the late inning pitching.
Oh, my. That one came inside and plucked him.
Well, the ball just sailed away from him. Couldn't control it. Now it loads the bases. but you can feel the magnitude of this situation. And Gordon Beckham has that straight look on his face. You cannot see any emotion. He looks like he's confident to get the job done.
And I have a feeling he's taking a real good look at the fact the bases are loaded.
Base hit here will give him a much-needed insurance run.
Strike started off the at-bat 0-1. Career, he's 0 for 1 off Joaquin Soria. Strike two. Gordon Beckham now will have to keep an eye out on the strike zone.
Oh, he just swung late on that one. That's what you call getting gassed up.
And that'll retire the side. Caught by Anderson. They pick up a run on 3 hits. Denied a big inning, though, as they leave the bases loaded. The White Sox leading now. They've got the momentum. And it's Juan Pierre now to lead it off. Had a couple of hits, 4 trips to the plate. And we'll get to see Bobby Jenks pitching as the White Sox bring him in as a reliever. Steve, he gets going here against Kansas City. What do you think we're going to see from him?
Well, you take a look at this big body guy and Bobby Jenks out on the mound right here, and you know it's about power because of his size, but it's his off-speed.
On the ground to third. And Pierre is retired.
Kansas City Royals, right fielder, number 9.
And David DeJesus to bat. He was a strikeout victim last time through the lineup. Fresh count on DeJesus. Here it comes. And the pitch from Jenks. Too high for a ball.
Well, I think for the pitcher's perspective, keep the ball down, keep it in the ballpark, and keep it out of the gaps. Force them to hit singles and lump hits together.
Hit up the middle, and Ramirez fields the ball. And that'll set down DeJesus.
First base, number 16.
And Butler's in the box.
Butler.
And the first pitch. And that's in there. Jenks ahead 0-1.
1 out remaining here in the 8th inning, and obviously offensively time running out. They've got to get something going, only trailing by a run. Find a way, get a pitch. If you get one, you can drive. You've got to think about extra bases. And if you...
Ground ball headed for the middle, and the tying run is on.
Well, he's having himself a day right here in this one. 2-out hit right there. That's his 3rd hit of the game so far.
Well, there's a real opportunity for Rick Ankiel to come up big for his teammates, Gary.
He's had 1 hit 4 times up. And he swings and hits this one foul. The pitch. Swung and a ground ball to third. He'll throw on to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. They pick up no runs on 1 hit and leave a man at second. And Alex Rios to lead off. Grounded out his last time through.
Number 51.
You know, Gary, I think you're losing a little something here. I don't think this guy's nearly as solid defensively as the one he's replacing, so interesting move.
There's a swing, line drive, center field. And it's caught. Play by Anderson. Story of power hitting. State Farm brings you a look at the long ball league leaders.
Anytime you have the ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark, he can change the complexion of a game with 1 swing, and he's done it better than anyone in the league right now, and everybody loves that long ball.
It's going to be Przinsky. Last season, did not have any hits. 1 at bat off Joaquin Soria. 0-1 by Soria. And that's a strike. A.J. Przinsky now behind in the count. Defensive stance at the plate. Here's the pitch. Hit sharply towards the hole. And so Przinsky retired.
Third baseman, number 25.
And Martin to bat. He had a single in his last time up. First one to Tian. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. Soria gets him swinging. Well hit towards the middle. And that'll put Tian on first.
Well, sometimes you don't think much of a 2-out hit, but if they can continue to capitalize and push another run across, they can extend their slim lead.
A runner on first with 2 outs. The first pitch. Can't make contact with Soria's delivery.
Working ahead of the count in key situations is critical for a pitcher. That first pitch strike could go a long way to getting this guy out.
The pitch. And that one is swung on and missed by Kotze. No runs and a base hit. They leave one man on at first. And coming up, we'll see the Royals. There's a familiar face, Ozzie Guillen looking up. Ninth inning baseball. Happy to have that one-run edge right here. That's how significant it is. Jenks with a delivery. The 0-0 delivery, a fastball taken for a strike.
Now coming down to the wire right here, it's do or die time. You need base runners. Get somebody on. If you get the leadoff man on, it allows you to move him up with a bunt. To sacrifice bunt, you can get him on, get him over, and get him in. This is a critical situation.
Smash towards the hole, and it's in there. The tying run on board.
Well, you talk about a guy who's just wearing out the opposition. That's a 4-hit day for him. He is locked in.
Aviles at the plate. Drove in a run earlier in the game. First pitch to him. Jenks gets him to swing and miss for a strike. Pitch on the way. 0-1 is a slider for a called strike.
I don't think he liked that call very much, but the reality is he couldn't hit that any day of the week. That's a great pitch.
Ground ball towards the second baseman.
We talked about a guy who's swinging it right now as good as anybody. That's his third hit of the ball game thus far. Let's see if this can mount a rally with nobody out.
And now Alex Gordon. Andy is well aware of the possible winning runs on at first.
Well, that last at bat was costly. The pitcher needs to bear down and get this guy.
Still nobody out.
Okay, they're down by a run. Certainly they'd love to get him from second base to third base, but don't look for the steal here. He just doesn't have that kind of speed.
Swing and a rocket toward short. That retires Gordon.
Went out here in the ninth inning, and obviously in a situation where you're looking for outs, and you can't allow somebody to score, but if you can get an out, do what you need to get it.
Jenks with a delivery. Low for a ball to Anderson. Last season did not have any hits. One at bat off the White Sox. He waves at that fastball. Couldn't get to it. 1-1. He makes contact, line drive, and it gets down. He scores. He beats him to the plate.
Well, the pitcher comes in thinking he's going to close this one out. He makes a bad pitch, and he pays for it. Now he has to shut him down and try to give his offense a chance to come back and win it.
Two men on, one out. First pitch on the way. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0.
Gary, looking back on this comeback, I mean, it's been fun to watch this offense. They just continued to peck away at this lead and got themselves back into this thing, tying it up here in the ninth inning.
Swung on, that is hit. 2 away. And game over. The winning run scores, and that's a wrap.
Walk-off win for the home team, getting it done in extraordinary fashion. Everybody celebrating.
And we take a look at our Pepsi Clutch performer delivering the goods for the club today.
Well, you know, Gary, everyone thinks that the home run's the only way to drive and run, but not in this game today. This guy, every time he had runners in scoring position, he delivered for his team, and he cashed in when he got the chance in this one.
And Steve, that ought to send these folks home happy.
Oh, no question about it. They get the win in a close game, a lot of excitement and enthusiasm, and ready for the next one.
I guess it's that time again. We wrap up this 2K Sports broadcast of MLB. John, Steve, our entire 2K